Japan just exposed football's biggest mystery. And how does the Netherlands keep producing world class talent and still keep breaking their fans' hearts? Hi, my name is Joseph, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Joseph's Five Cents. And it's the match of the day, the Netherlands versus Japan. You know that feeling when a football match ends in a draw, but somehow one team feels like they've won? That was Japan. That was the Samurai Blue. And somewhere right now, thousands of Dutch fans are probably asking the same question that many have been asking for the last couple of decades or more. How can a country with so much of talent still make it difficult for themselves every 4 years? It's a bloody mystery. Because make no mistake, this wasn't just a 2-2 draw. This felt like a statement from Japan. The Dutch giants, the Orange, arrived in Texas, uh, carrying all the expectations from those countless of hundreds of thousands of them back in the Netherlands. Players like Virgil van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, Ryan Gravenberg. This is a new generation, another golden generation, if you will. Maybe the fourth or fifth golden generation, to be even more frank, because Dutch football has produced these golden generations since the 1970s, and yet that phrase golden generation almost feels like a curse right now, because Dutch football has given you all Johan Cruyff, total football, and some of the most beautiful teams that have been ever assembled to play that total football. But for all of that, just one major international trophy. Meanwhile, meanwhile, standing across from them was a nation that used to dream of simply qualifying for World Cups, nothing more. And now, Japan, team, the talk of the hour. They walk into these tournaments expecting to compete, expecting to win, and expecting to belong. And that's exactly what happened here, ladies and gentlemen. For almost an hour, the Dutch looked like they were in total control. And I, during my prediction, said it's going to be a tight match. Then finally, Captain Virgil van Dijk himself, the Liverpool legend, broke through, and the Orange were cruising, or so they thought. Because 6 minutes later, bang, Keito Nakamura scores it, and it's 1-1. Suddenly, the Japanese fans inside that stadium could sense that blood in the water. The samurai blue went here to survive. They came here to fight it out like no man's business. And then, when everything seemed like it was going their way, another moment of Dutch brilliance. Crescencio Somerville, the boy who plays his football in the Premier League, made it 2-1. And I thought, okay, game's done. Surely this is done now, because normally Japan falls back, but not this time. The Dutch couldn't hold out or close this out, and everyone forgot that Japan play like Project Blue Lock from the anime series, and that's exactly what they've done. And here's what makes this Japanese team different from the generations before. 10 years ago, they would have, managed to fold with that pressure. 20 years ago, a probable loss, not probable, definite loss. But today, like I mentioned, Project Blue Lock from that anime, they believed, they knew it was their time. This nation has spent decades building football in the way it's supposed to be, the right way. And that's how they normally do it in that part of the world. They've got the academies, they've got infrastructure, youth development, tactical football, patience, no shortcuts. That's the Japanese way of doing things. And now these rewards are everywhere. They've got players in England, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, and the Japanese national team is no longer just those one or two superstars that happen to be in those teams. They are Asian surprise packages that are dominating the world of football in their own way. And you can see it, and it happened at the 88th minute. A corner kick, bodies everywhere, chaos, and then Daichi Kamada makes it 2-2. Those were absolute scenes. Honestly, I was so proud of this team and proud that I made that prediction that the Japanese team or the Samurai Blue weren't little bitches for anyone to walk all over. Players sprinted in every direction, and for that moment, the entire stadium felt it belonged to the Samurai Blue. But here's my favorite part. For all this chaos and carnage and amazing football that was played after the final whistle, the celebrations, the emotions, the joy that was not just the Japanese team, but the Dutch team felt it too because it's a point, isn't it? But then the Japanese fans did what they've become famous for around the world. They stayed back, they cleaned the stadium because football isn't just about winning, it's their culture, respect, identity, and a few fan bases represent this better than Team Japan. And as for the Orange, boys, you've got to ask these questions, and here are some of them. I've actually noted it down to make sure I put this out there. You've got the talent, the squad depth is there, the stars are there in every part of that pitch, but they never seem to turn up when it's finally their turn. And will they be able to bring all these together for potential glory this time around? Or will the Dutch forever be known as football's greatest what if story? One thing is definitely for certain: Group F just became a much watched television series for the next 2 or 3 matches. And if this match is any indication, the Samurai Blue might be ready to write greatest chapters or greatest hits in Japanese football this FIFA World Cup 2026. The world used to ask whether Japan actually belonged at this stage. Now it's quite different because now it seems who has the balls to actually face them? What are your comments? Leave them down, leave them like Georgie left his 5 cents, but show some love as well. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for the love. Have a great day. Bye bye.